you see this smile? Do you really see this smile? Do you see this piece of chocolate? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Tonight's performance was better than this piece of chocolate. I mean, glorious. It was great. It was absolutely great. The only thing that would have made this performance better is if I was there in the stadium celebrating with other fans. Just brilliant performance by the boys. But where do I even get started? I mean, let's start from the top. Lacazette, Aubameyang. Wow. Brilliant performance. Definitely the two best players on the pitch. Their work rate was absolutely incredible. They tracked back, they chased down balls, they pressed, they helped defensively in midfield, they scored goals. It was a performance where you can't fault them. You cannot fault them one bit. I mean, it was such a brilliant performance. To beat Valencia 3-1 at home, and yes, we do have a good home record, but to be able to do that after such a poor run of form recently, I definitely have to give them kudos to that. Absolute kudos. And if you're watching my Twitter page, then you would be able to see how excited that I have been. We did it! We scored a third goal! We did it! I'm done. After me watching all the commentary, this is Mr. Docile right now, because my excitement when that goal went in, it hit the roof. So I thought I'd go through a quick analysis in terms of how the game went from start to finish, who looked good, who didn't, and boy, there's definitely some talking points in this game. The game was not all positives and all warm days and sunny rays. Arsenal started off pretty bad. I mean, you had a situation where Valencia came out to play. They started out with really a lot of defenders in midfield, which I thought was a bit weird, but I understood it because Arsenal are a side who struggle to break teams down within the midfield. You could tell that Valencia was looking to hold out Arsenal and hold them off so that they won't score goals. Mainly probably because they know how bad of an away record that we have. So if they knew they was to hold Arsenal to either to a 0-0 draw or maybe a 1-1 draw, then when they get back into Valencia, it'll probably be a lot better. And I think that plan worked for quite a while, especially when Valencia scored relatively earlier on. And I was shocked to see Valencia score so early, especially before Arsenal. So Arsenal conceded a corner and just a standard set piece, just lack of defending, lack of desire. This was quoted by Robbie Savage, and it really just shows. So we ended up conceding a goal and conceding that first goal by Diakhaby. Absolutely fantastic player, and I will be looking to do a bit of a profile on him. And I saw the interaction between him and Lacazette at the end, and I thought, not a bad player. I think he plays mainly as a centre back, and I think he looks like he also plays as like a defensive midfielder as well. Really good, big and tall, strong. He towered over our centre backs all night long, and if their corners were a bit better, then it could have been a completely different game. In terms of Valencia kind of going forward and scoring more, didn't have a chance. Second goal was by Lacazette through a great long ball from midfield to Aubameyang, running onto that long ball, beating two players to then passing it over to Lacazette for a tap in. Then Lacazette comes back, I think it's about 15 minutes later, to be able to score a header from close range that went just over the line. Me watching it, I thought that it didn't go over the line, but it managed to, and Arsenal were 2-1 up in the game overall, so I cannot fault them on that. It's a brilliant goal by Lacazette to be able to do that. And then we get to half time. So just looking at some of my notes here, so at half time we had 6 shots. Pass accuracy was 80%, which made sense. Chances created, 4 chances, and we put away 2 goals. So that really showed on how clinical that we were in this game. And then possession was 58%, so we all could really see what Valencia were trying to do. They got their away goal, but they were really just trying to hold Arsenal off for the majority of the game, hoping that they don't concede more. But obviously we could see now that unfortunately that wasn't to be the case. So after half time, we then continued trudging along, lots of mistakes. You had Koscielny there really pushing forward. You could tell he wanted the 3rd goal as much as anything else. So many times I watched Koscielny just push forward out of defense, looking to do something and drive forward. And I just looked at it and thought, wow, like, you know what, if he loses the ball in the wrong position and Valencia break on the counter-attack, they could score a goal. And it was close to happening quite a few times. But unfortunately, it looks like Koscielny had a lot of injury issues with his knee. It looked a bit that way when he was warming up before the game, and you could tell he just wasn't quite at 100%. And you know, I can honestly say that Koscielny's been a fantastic servant for Arsenal. He's been brilliant for us coming back this season, but I'm not sure whether Koscielny could really still play 2 games a week anymore. I think we're, you know, he really is coming to the end of his career, and we really should be using him sparingly going forward. So we end up getting 3 substitutes. First one was for Torreira for Guendouzi. Second one was for Mkhitaryan for Ozil. And third and finally, we had Monreal, who was coming back from an injury, replacing Koscielny late on in the game around the 75th minute. And then about 10 minutes later, that's when we got the final goal from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang through a brilliant cross by Kolasinac. And for the Aubameyang to be able to hit that ball on the volley through such a tight margin, just absolute, just pure skill. And it just really just showed a testament to how good Arsenal are right now going forward and scoring goals. We have 2 top strikers that almost on a consistent basis are performing every single week. If one isn't scoring, then the other is scoring the goals instead. So big kudos and thanks to Lacazette and Aubameyang in this game. But yes, this is a brilliant result for us. Now we have something really substantial to go and take back to Valencia next week, and hopefully we win that away game, or at least go through to the final, where we're either gonna have to face Eintracht Frankfurt or Chelsea. And in case you didn't know, Chelsea have drawn that game, and who knows, we could face Eintracht Frankfurt, and they've got, you know, the big goal scorer Jovic there, doing pretty well, who I know scored earlier on tonight. But that's gonna be a tough game. But guys, let me know what you think about the game below. Let's get a conversation going. Leave your comments below. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.